I got this special potion from a shady contact, one that supposedly amplified inner desires to an extreme level. I slipped it into Damien Sterling's soup bowl, watching as the billionaire CEO drank it down without a second thought. I was full of anticipation, expecting him to make a fool of himself in front of everyone at the office. But that night, in his luxurious New York penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the glittering city skyline, he pinned me down on the massive king-sized bed, his possessive hands roaming with an intensity that left me breathless. He leaned in close, his breath hot against my skin, and in that moment, it was clear his deepest desire was me, Avery Sinclair, his little assistant who had somehow become the center of his obsessive world. She's mine. Every breath she takes belongs to me. No one else will ever touch what's rightfully his. It all started when I, Avery, a young woman with a secret past, joined the elite agency known as the Bureau, a high-stakes organization handling covert operations in the shadows of the corporate world. At 25 years old, I was assigned to the coordination department. That morning, Damien Sterling, the possessive husband-like figure and obsessive alpha male who ran the bureau like his personal empire, emerged from my office looking disheveled, his tailored suit rumpled, tie askew, and a fresh red mark visible on his collarbone beneath the undone shirt buttons. The staff glanced casually, as if it were just another day in this world of dark romance and power plays. 10 minutes later, I sneaked out, only to be ambushed by curious colleagues eager for gossip. They bombarded me with questions about whether Damien had spent the night, if we were in some forbidden office affair, how it felt to be entangled with such a dominant mafia boss type in a marriage of convenience scenario. I refused to engage, but the bureau director, a suave older man with a golden-framed glasses and a mild demeanor, called me into his office. There, he leaned back in his leather chair and asked point-blank if the rumors were true, his curiosity getting the better of him despite his professional facade. The Bureau wasn't like any ordinary company. It dealt with underground dealings, ensuring harmony between elite circles and hidden threats. I hadn't chosen this life, it chose me. Once, I'd been an ordinary girl living on an abandoned farm, but a twist of fate transformed me into someone who could navigate this world. Damien, the billionaire CEO with rumors of ancient power swirling around him, had scooped me up during a raid and brought me in. He stared at my features intensely during the intake, his eyes lingering as if assessing his next possession. From that day, I became his shadow in the bureau, handling his every whim in this enemies-to-lovers dynamic laced with forced marriage vibes. Damien was tall, strikingly handsome, but incredibly lazy when it came to mundane tasks, always delegating to me. Wipe his desk, close the door, turn off the AC after he left early. If I hesitated, he'd unleash his charm offensive, calling me pretty, cute, gentle, irresistible, while his fingers toyed with my hair, making it hard to resist. I ended up doing it all, resenting how his compliments melted my resolve. One day, he burst in, rubbing my shoulder vigorously, insisting I join him on an urgent mission to a haunted luxury apartment complex, Bookish Estates, where ghosts were causing chaos. The staff scattered like birds, leaving me no choice. On the way in his sleek Maybach, he piled on the flattery, calling me the backbone of the team, how he'd be lost without me, his grumpy sunshine counterpart. We arrived to find a young man waiting, tearfully explaining how his high-end condo, a prime real estate investment near top universities, was plagued by disappearing items. From trinkets to TVs, computers, fridges, and even a gold bracelet and new phone meant for his mom. He'd installed cameras, only to capture furniture moving on its own, doors opening mysteriously. Shaken, he'd called the bureau after consulting experts. Damien covered the man's mouth mid-rant, assuring him we'd handle it. Tracing the eerie energy, Damien located the stolen goods in an abandoned school nearby and captured a mischievous spirit with a hoarding habit. The ghost clung to the bracelet, whining about never having nice things in life, but Damien sealed it away effortlessly, his dominant presence overwhelming. The young man tried offering a red envelope as thanks, But Damien refused with feigned righteousness, striding away with me in tow. Back at the bureau, the ghost was interrogated. It babbled about its pitiful existence, questioning why demons like us hunted spirits. Damien sentenced it to 10 years of cooling off, ignoring its pleas. The ghost complimented Damien's looks, but he shut it down. Instead of sending it on, the bureau kept it for menial tasks like procurement and heavy lifting, since spirits didn't tire. I bonded with the ghost over chats, but Damien grew jealous, his possessive husband instincts flaring. He warned me the ghost might not be genuine, even fabricating stories about it craving lamb hot pot and wearing wool to scare me off. Hurt, I distanced myself, and Damien soothed me by offering a flight on his private jet to clear my head. High above the clouds, in the opulent cabin with leather seats and champagne flowing, he revealed more of his true form, powerful, capable of overshadowing the sky. I clung to him as we soared, the wind rushing, his body steady beneath mine. She belongs to me entirely. Touch her and die, I'll ruin anyone who tries. After that exhilarating escape, my mood lifted. Winter hit with a virus outbreak, isolating communities. The Bureau mobilized to deliver supplies, Damien leading our team. In the pre-dawn chill, we loaded his fleet of luxury SUVs and headed out. The neighborhood was alive with lights, echoes of coughs, cries, and frustration. Humans seemed so fragile yet resilient, banding together in crisis. Damien hauled massive bags upstairs, allowing me only a light load of sanitizer. Grateful voices thanked us through doors, warming the cold air. But I lost his scarf, a cashmere piece from Cartier he'd wrapped around my neck for protection. Devastated, I knit a new one from soft yarn, staying up nights watching tutorials. Handing it over on a frosty morning, he rubbed it against his cheek, smiling warmly, calling it perfect, sheep's wool maybe. Teasing turned to tenderness as he thanked me genuinely. The ghost, bitter toward Damien, plotted revenge, handing me the desire-amplifying potion from a fox contact. It promised to expose inner cravings, greed turning to visions of money, lust to indecent thoughts, laziness to feasts. Safe, temporary, shorter effect on the strong. Excited, I slipped it into Damien's soup during dinner in his Italian villa-inspired wing of the penthouse. He drank half without suspicion, and I waited eagerly to see his obsession revealed. Money? Women? But nothing happened. He remained composed. Disappointed, I retired to bed in the guest suite. Midnight brought him bursting in, a dark silhouette pinning me down, eyes red, breathing ragged, hands gripping my shoulders. He rubbed against my ear, accusing me of the potion, revealing his desire was me. Shifting, he held me close, pressing firm kisses to my lips, hot breath signaling danger. I trembled in his arms, the intensity both terrifying and thrilling. Time blurred. He released me eventually, his suit torn, tie loose, a wet bite mark from me on his neck. He touched it pleasurably, admitting while he disapproved of such drugs, using them on him wasn't unacceptable. I scooted away, glaring as he retreated to my bathroom, a spacious marble oasis with rainfall shower. Exhausted, I dozed off, waking to find him sprawled over my covers, pinning me. I splashed cold water on his face. He awoke frowning but complied, leaving with a meaningful glance. Opening the door 10 minutes later, colleagues swarmed with phones, gossiping about our night. In the office, stares followed, whispers about Damien's ancient temper, how I'd be devoured in this age gap romance, or how he was the one chasing me desperately. Lunch in the cafeteria amplified it, eyes on us like melons in a field. Damien picked carrots into my bowl, then admitted openly he was pursuing me, his gaze intense, heat rising between us. Rumors flew I didn't deserve him, or vice versa. The director hushed them, emphasizing sensitivity for thin-skinned folks like me. Post-ferment, everyone assumed we were a couple in this dark romance of revenge and jealousy. I tried explaining it was a prank, pure colleagues, but no one bought it. Damien, inspired, ordered a book on capturing hearts, which the doorman announced loudly, humiliating him amid laughter. 2 nights later, in the bureau courtyard lit by candles forming a heart, surrounded by onlookers munching snacks, Damien confessed confidently. He called me the cutest, most beautiful he'd seen in centuries, loving my softness. The crowd murmured approval, sincerity his weapon. He promised flights on his private jet anytime, rain or shine, his protection like wings. Wages, deposits, all mine for endless treats. Plus, I'd command him for errands, revenge for past delegations. I agreed impulsively, not for luxuries but whim. He kissed my forehead softly, hugging me tight, crushing the flowers in excitement. Cheers erupted. You're mine to ruin, baby girl. My little wife, good girl, pregnant with my heir one day, in this luxury lifestyle of penthouses and yachts. 2 months in, I moved to his sprawling New York penthouse, craving the opulent life. Private jet trips to Italian estates, yacht parties on crystal waters, Van Cleef jewelry dripping from my neck. But promises faltered. He ran errands, but demanded payment, transforming me into his submissive plaything, tearing at clothes and passionate punishments, wall slamming me against marble counters, car vibrations in the Maybach's tinted seclusion, steamy bathroom encounters with red ropes binding wrists, leather belts whispering threats of dominance. Comforted yet frustrated in his arms, eyes watery, I wondered if he only craved my softness. The ghost fumed, calling it exploitation of my good nature. In the red room of his penthouse, a private sanctuary of silk sheets and dim lights, he'd enact scenes of high-sweet torment, mixing abuse with tenderness, hints of forced intimacy safe yet intense, leaving marks of possession. Jealousy flared at any outsider's glance, his obsessive alpha male side emerging in revenge plots against rivals. Our enemies to lovers arc deepened with age-gap tension, grumpy sunshine moments where his sternness melted under my light. Life in his world was a whirlwind breakfast on the yacht, dinners in Paris via private jet, shopping sprees for Cartier diamonds. But underlying it all, his touch her and die mantra protected me fiercely, our marriage of convenience evolving into something unbreakable, with whispers of an heir on the horizon, binding us in eternal dark romance. She's mine forever. No escape from this possessive hold, my dominant claim over her submissive soul. The story wrapped with us entangled in his luxury empire, we realizing his desires amplified only his love for me, turning pranks into passion, ghosts into forgotten foes, in a world of billionaires and obsessions.